Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Faista FM 106.7, I am Joanna Rodriguez. The People's United Party will be heading out to the SARSTOON over the coming weekend. That's the news coming out of the party's camp tonight. As you might recall, 2 weeks ago, the party's national executive voted unanimously to go to the SARSTOON, where tensions have escalated over the past months. The decision was taken after the Dean Barrow administration imposed the SARSTOON law on April 29th, prohibiting all Belizeans from going into the SARSTOON for a month. Today, leader of the opposition, Honorable John Briceño, said that the trip will take place on Saturday.
We have been in consultations with the leadership of the party. By that I mean members of the national executive and parliamentarians. And the best time that we could have for the majority of the group to go down south is going to be this Saturday.
You have maintained a cordial relationship with the Prime Minister. Have you informed him of that decision?
Well, the Prime Minister is aware that we are going to travel to the SARSTOON. I have said it publicly. We've said it in our releases. And just last week, Friday, when we went to support the teachers in their march to stand up for Belize, I also made it clear once again that we are going to go and to visit the SARSTOON. So I am sure that he's aware that we will go to the SARSTOON River to visit.
And while some might see the trip as a political move, defying the Dean Barrow administration, that is far from the reality, says Briceño.
Our trip is not a political trip. Our trip is an educational trip. It is very important for us in the leadership to be able to go down on the spot, in the river, for us to have a better and appreciation about what is taking place there. So we're going on this educational trip where we can be educated firsthand, to visit the area, to see what is going on, and then once we're in the Toledo district, to talk to different individuals to see how they see all of this playing out. Because we can be here in Belize City or in Orange Walk, but it is the people in the Toledo that are in the front line of where all of this is happening. So we are going. We don't expect any problems. The Prime Minister was very clear, I think it was last week, when he announced that he was lifting the total restriction to visit the area, and that once you go and report to the forward operating base of the BDF that they will allow you to go. We are going in peace. We're not taking any liquor. We're not taking any kind of weapons or anything. And we will stop at the forward operating base. We will report, and then we go on to the SARSTOON. So I do not expect any problems on the part of the government or the police or the Prime Minister or the Cabinet or anybody.
So will the party be making the trip alone, or will they be accompanied by non-governmental organizations? Due to a lack of boats, that will not be possible, says Briceño.
It has been difficult to get boats. As you know that many of the boat owners have been threatened. They're concerned that they may lose their licenses, or and they throw all sorts of obstacles on their hands. So it's difficult to be able to get boats that can go down south. We have secured just enough to be able to take the national executive and some other leaders in the party. So what we want to do is that once this is finished, and if we can plan another trip, then definitely we want to be able to bring more people so that they can see firsthand what is happening in the SARSTOON.
The PUP heads out to the SARSTOON the same day that diplomatic talks will be taking place in Istanbul, Turkey, to come up with the SARSTOON agreement. The question now is, how will the Guatemalans view the party's trip to the SARSTOON, and can it interrupt talks in Istanbul? Here is what Briceño had to say on those two issues.
I think that's their problem, what they want to think. We don't think for what they want to do on their part, in their area of their country. They can do as they wish. This is our country, and we are having problems at the border. We're saying right now that the Guatemalans have been strong-arming the entire SARSTOON River, it is important for us to go down there and to get a first-hand view as to what is happening. And just like how we're going down south, later on I think we will also plan a trip to go on the western border so that we can see firsthand what is happening. So as far as we're concerned, it is an educational trip, it's not a political one. And as Belizeans, we have right to be able to go any part of this country.
At the meeting in Istanbul, GOB will be represented by Minister of Foreign Affairs Wilfred Ellington and Ambassador Alexis Rosado, while the Guatemalan delegation will be led by the country's Foreign Minister Carlos Raul Morales, and the PUP will also have representation.
We've always said that when it comes to the sovereignty of this country, that we in the PUP, we do not play politics. When we go abroad, we speak in one voice, we speak as Belize. And the meeting in Istanbul is a very, very important meeting. It is the first meeting that we are going to have, official meeting between Belize and Guatemala after the talks broke down when they presented their version of the protocol, something that we totally 100% object to, we in the PUP. So now that they have decided that they have the opportunity for them to meet again on this in the next few days, we will send our representative, and our representative, as I mentioned before, is Senator Eamon Courtney, and I think that he'll be traveling tomorrow to join the team.
As mentioned, the meeting in Istanbul will take place on Saturday. For the past weeks, Belize and Guatemala have been in constant discussions over the territorial dispute between both countries and the implementation of a protocol for the SARSTOON. Just last week, Foreign Minister Wilfred Ellington conducted meetings with Foreign Minister of Guatemala, Carlos Raul Morales, in Washington. And after the conclusion of the meeting, Prime Minister Dean Barrow held a press conference where he shared his sense of optimism, as he believes that both countries are moving forward in the implementation of a protocol. Today, leader of the opposition, who was briefed on the outcome of the meetings, stated that he shares PM's sense of optimism, but he believes that GOB needs to press forward with the issue.
I think that we need to look at it from the perspective of the Guatemalans. Guatemala is having major problems, internal problems. And as usual, what do? They try to use this issue of wanting to take over Belize, as they've been saying, they are claiming Belize, to divert attention from their real problems. We know that tens of thousands of Guatemalans have been on the streets protesting against the government. They have pretty much a failed government. Does that lead us to be cautiously optimistic? Well, whenever there's talks, I think there has to be some sense of optimism, just the idea that we're talking and that we are starting to put across very strongly our position to point out that what the Guatemalans are doing, they're wrong, that there has never been a protocol as to what they claim, that the BDF needs to ask permission to go on the SARSTOON River. So just the idea that we're talking, I think there's some sense of optimism. We just need to continue pressing to make sure that we make our case and to ensure that we are not going to give not one single square centimeter of this country. The People's United Party started the nationalist movement. The People's United Party fought for independence, and the People's United Party is going to continue to fight to protect every single square centimeter.
The presidents of the parliaments of Belize and Guatemala signed a peace declaration and expect their governments to resume peace talks in order to overcome the territorial conflict between both countries. This was the main agreement reached at the extraordinary meeting that was held by the Forum of Presidents of Legislative Bodies of Central America and the Caribbean Basin, FORPEL, in Managua. The declaration, read by the Executive Secretary of FORPEL, Santiago Rivas Lescler, states that FORPEL will continue as a mediator between governments of Belize and Guatemala to ensure understanding between both countries in order to maintain political stability in Central America. The declaration also includes that FORPEL boosts the understanding of peace through the Organization of American States. Mario Taracena, President of the Congress of Guatemala and President pro tempore of FORPEL, said that after the signed declaratory policy, pressure will be placed on the executive powers and foreign ministries to take into consideration during their discussions the declaration of peace assumed by the presidents of parliaments. Meanwhile, Michael Perifete, the Speaker of the House of Representatives of Belize, stated that although the road is long for the border conflict to end, the declaration made by FORPEL is an important step for a successful conclusion. As we all know, the border tension between Belize and Guatemala has risen in the last month. For many decades, the sugar industry has been solely monopolized here in the north and is the primary means of income for cane farmers in Orange Walk and Corozal. But in 2007, a new player came to Belize. Today, the second sugar company in Belize, Santander Sugar Mill, formerly known as Green Tropics, announced the news on its Facebook page that the first batch of sugar milled at their facility located in Belmopan in the Cayo district was being transported to the Big Creek port for export to the European Union. A total of 12,000 tons of sugar was transported via a convoy comprising of 4 16-wheeler trucks. The company began milling the week of March 12th. According to Beverly Burke, Santander's compliance and public relations manager, the employees of the facility are working overtime to work out some hitches to keep up with their delivery schedules. The sugar has been pre-sold based on their planned production, and according to Burke, the company negotiated with a number of companies and countries and decided who they would sell to. Those agreements will be renegotiated as the years go by. Santander Sugar was established here in Belize over 6 years ago. Last night, we reported on the deadly traffic accident that occurred on Tuesday at about 6 in the evening between miles 40 and 41 on the Philip Golson Highway, which claimed the life of 49-year-old Richard Oriana, a former taxi driver of Orange Walk Town, and also left police officer Roberta Tech of Belmopan in a critical condition at the Carl Huschner Memorial Hospital. At the time of the incident, Oriana was returning from Belize City in a blue Ford Explorer after he had gone to run a few errands for the family's business. Reports are that whilst traveling back, a silver Kia Sorento, which was driven by Officer Tech, collided head-on into Oriana's vehicle, resulting in his immediate death. Investigations show that Tech was at fault when the incident occurred, and according to statements recorded from eyewitnesses, Tech was allegedly under the influence of alcohol. However, at this point in time, authorities are unable to carry out a thorough investigation due to the fact that Tech remains in a life-threatening condition at the KHMH. Coming up next, we'll tell you why you should get your eyes tested. Stay tuned.
Sugar City exclusive, and it's all going down Sunday, May 22nd inside Buch's Palapa. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know we have a party hard.
One bag of gold medal pan me no. Champion boy, you know the damn thing.
Musical entertainment by Big Bad 5-Star International, DJ Trav, DJ Ellie, Generation 2 Sounds, and Code 1 Sounds. Cash and prizes, cell phone giveaways each and every hour on the hour. Ladies who drink 3 for 10 on Bellican and Lighthouse, everyone receives a free Old Master drink courtesy of Eleanor Liquors. Ladies who pay $5 before midnight and $10 after midnight. And ladies, we're gonna have a Big Bad broke off your back competition.
Come wine till you broke off your back. Broke off your back.
So remember, Sunday, May 22nd, inside Buch's Palapa. It's all about Sugar City exclusive. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know that one, yeah? Sponsors for Sugar City exclusive are Eleanor Liquors, Bellican, and promotional printed by Angela's Press.
As we reach the end of our first year of another term in office, Mayor Kevin Bernard and the Orange Walk Town Council expresses our appreciation to you, the residents of Orange Walk Town. With your support and with your cooperation, we're the most respected, productive, and responsible municipal administration in the country. We are proud of this achievement and proud of our record in office. We look forward to another year of constructive and meaningful collaboration and service to you. We ask that you continue to provide us with your input and support as we continue to work for the betterment of our community and the upliftment of our people. In 2016-2017, the work continues. One people, one town council.
Want to promote your business and increase your revenues? Advertise with Centaur on any of our 4 outlets. Ctv3 News, Despierta Belice, Fiesta FM Radio, and the Information Channel. Our rates are unbeatable. For more information, contact our sales representatives at 670-9177, 664-9438, 663-5585. 670-1275 or contact our office at 302-2216.
It's the start of 2016 and Smart is helping you to step your game up. Trade in your working digiphone that is struggling with data connection or your smartphone and upgrade to a brand new 4G LTE cell phone for the lowest prices we have ever offered. Come in and see if you qualify for a free 4G phone with your trade-in. Step your game up with a Pantech Marauder, Pantech Perception, LG Transpire, or Samsung S4 with free credit, free data, and free SIM card. Get connected to the fastest mobile network in Belize, Smart's Zoom Plus 4G LTE. That's right, the real 4G is here. So start the new year right and step your game up with a brand new 4G LTE device by trading in or upgrading today. 'Cause Smart, that love.
Smart, bringing people together.
Tune in to Center Cable Network on Thursday, May 19, channel 53, right after the Ctv3 News for a preview of the Orange Walk Day race as we break down the first 2 legs of the Triple Crown race and inform you about the events that will take place on that day. Center Cable Network, bringing sports live into your living room.
On March 7, 2016, the Public Utilities Commission, PUC, issued its initial decision for the current 2016-2020 full tariff review to increase the main electricity rate, MER, to 36 cents per kilowatt hour after BEL requested an average mean electricity rate of 39 cents per kilowatt hour. BEL objected to the decision, which proposed a $57 million reduction in the company's projected revenue requirement over the next 4 years. As per the law, a suitably qualified independent expert reviewed BEL's submission and the PUC's decision and recommended an MER of 38 cents per kilowatt hour for the period of July 2016 to June 2020. Today, BEL issued a release stating that the company has carefully reviewed and accepts the recommendation of the independent expert due to the following reasons. 1. Prior to the start of the independent review, BEL has indicated that it accepts the independent expert selected by the PUC as suitably qualified. And 2, the company is satisfied that the expert complied with the guidelines established by the PUC for the review. BEL trusts that the PUC will adapt and implement the recommendations in the best interest of customers. Diabetic retinopathy is a diabetes complication that affects the vision of an individual due to changes or damages to the blood vessels of the retina. This condition is the most common cause of blindness among people who are living with diabetes and may sometimes display no symptoms in the beginning. In an effort to reach out to the community, the Belize Council for the Visually Impaired has joined forces with a few other organizations to provide a program known as the Diabetic Retinopathy Screening and Treatment Program, which targets diabetic patients from Orange Walk, Curlzal, and San Pedro Town to visit the BCVI office for eye testing.
We have realized that people who have diabetes are coming into our clinics at a younger age with vision loss due to diabetic retinopathy. When the blood sugar is not controlled, this causes damage in the back of the eye, and it causes vision loss and eventually blindness if it isn't caught and treated early. So we embarked on a national project through initially the Lions Club International and local Lions Clubs, and now with support from the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Trust, we're able to see patients across the country at all of our clinics to screen for diabetic retinopathy as well as provide treatment. That we'll be able to show patients how simple the process is. You come in, you have a dilating drop put in your eye. That's just to make your pupil get a little bit bigger. The camera is going to take your image. Magali, who is our camera operator, will explain to you exactly what she's finding and exactly what your next step is and the next process of treatment is.
The main objective behind conducting the program is for early detection of vision complications so as to avoid having an increased amount of diabetic patients suffering from blindness as a result of diabetic retinopathy, says Executive Director of the BCVI, Carla Musa.
It's so important for people to be checked early. If you're normal, that's great. We're going to keep asking you to come back every year to get checked. But if we do find changes, those changes need to be monitored. They need to be monitored annually, and in severe cases, you need to receive laser treatment, which we do provide at our clinics throughout the country through our ophthalmologist that has received training and is now able to do laser treatments. And for people who don't come in and get this service done and who do have diabetic retinopathy, you will end up blind because of it. And we do actually have a patient here from Orange Walk who unfortunately was diagnosed as blind last year due to diabetic retinopathy. And he has also stated how important he felt it was from a personal perspective to have come in and received the treatment earlier. So I think it's an apprehension from patients who maybe don't know what to expect. And you can see from the footage, it's a very easy thing to have done. And hopefully more people will realize the importance of it and that we're here to serve you guys. So we hope you'll take up our offer to come in.
Present today at one of the screening sessions held this morning at the BCVI office here in Orange Walk Town was Mayor Kevin Bernard, who is assisting with the program as he believes that it is a positive and beneficial as it tackles the issues of a very common disease in Belize.
As a municipal body, I feel that it is also important that I show my support to the work that they are doing. I think what is very encouraging is that BCVI has acquired this machine, which will help in their process in trying to detect diabetes in the eyes. I think that we would want to encourage, and I as the mayor would like to encourage all residents and Orange Walkeños, Corozaleños, and the people in San Pedro who benefit from this office, their services, that they come in. The screening is being done at free of cost. It's something that others would pay some huge fees for. But I think that at the end of the day, health is important. Your personal health is important. And if anybody out there feels that they are having some difficulties, visit the BCVI office. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. The work that is being done must be commended, and I must commend Mrs. Musa and the team here at BCVI for the tremendous work that they are doing. Being here this morning, I've listened to many of the things that they have been doing, and so it's very applaudable to see that in our community in Belize, we are trying to address the issue of vision and as well to try and address and attack that very dreadful sickness which is diabetes. We need to continue to live a healthy lifestyle as Belizeans and as a society. And so I definitely am here to support, and I encourage others to support the BCVI in whatever they are doing. Like I said, it's a non-profit organization, and where we can collaborate and where we can help, we definitely need to do so.
The general public is invited to visit the BCVI office, which is open from Monday to Fridays at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for eye testing. During his interview with the media today, leader of the opposition, Honorable John Briceño, also spoke about the accusation brought forward to the Guatemalan government, being that they are using the Belize-Guatemala dispute as a cover to divert attention from the real problems that the country is facing. According to Briceño, our government to some extent is doing the same thing, as he believes that GOB is distracted with the issue of Guatemala, that they are neglecting other pressing issues that are affecting our country.
I'm not in any way suggesting that the government is happy for what's taking place there, but it certainly has afforded them an opportunity to divert attention from the other pressing problems that we have in this country. And we in the opposition have not forgotten those issues. We bring it up in the Belize Times, we bring it up in our talk show. And pretty soon we are going to have a full press conference where we're going to talk about these issues. We have the issue of BTL. We are this because of the folly of this government, or their hubris, or their arrogance, or their pride. It's going to cost hundreds of millions of dollars to the Belizean taxpayers, monies that we can't afford. Let's not forget, they blew away $325 million in 2 years. In the last month of the election, it was $44.7 million that they just blew away for them to win the election. So now the treasury is broke, and now we have to find hundreds of millions of dollars to settle on something, well, to pay, because the agreement that the Prime Minister signed on behalf of the country was pretty much that whatever the courts decide, he is going to live up by that. So we have that. We have the issue of crime, where, I mean, once again, it's rearing its ugly head, where we have constant, our young people are shooting one another, they're killing one another. It's really a major concern in this country. We have the issue of the economy, that it is slowing down. All of that Petro-Caribbean money that was just thrown on a wild binge or a wild party before the elections, now that money has been working its way through the economy, so that money is drying up. So now the economy is starting to contract. People are starting to see that there's no money certainly in the economy. Yes, we have it in the banks, but it's no good in the banks if people don't have some in their pockets. So that is becoming a major problem. All our major industries are in problems, from sugar to citrus to bananas to shrimp. The free zone is on the verge, it's on its knees to the verge of closing down. And nobody's looking at these issues. The government is not providing the leadership that this country needs, especially at such a critical juncture in the history of this country.
We will have more on this interview in tomorrow's newscast. When we come back, the Church of Christ holds annual open day. Stay tuned.
We rely so much on the internet. Shouldn't it be effortless? With Smart 4G LTE, experience an uncomplicated, smooth, accessible network of speed and reliability. Changing the face of mobile internet in Belize. Smart's 4G LTE has low-cost packages to suit your personalized internet needs, starting at only $35. And also offers specialized social media packages for as little as $15 for an entire gig. Dial Star Data to purchase a package. Visit your nearest Smart showroom or visit us online for more information.
Sugar City exclusive. And it's all going down Sunday, May 22nd inside Bucci's Palapa. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know we have a party hard.
One bag of gold medal pan me now. Champion boy, you know the damn thing.
Musical entertainment by Big Bad 5-Star International, DJ Trav, DJ Ellie, Generation 2 Sounds, and Code 1 Sounds. Cash and prizes, cell phone giveaways each and every hour on the hour. Ladies who drink 3 for 10 on Bellican and Lighthouse, everyone receives a free Old Master drink courtesy of Eleanor Liquors. Ladies who pay $5 before midnight to $10 after midnight. And ladies, we're going to have a Big Bad Broke Off Your Back competition.
Come wine till you broke off your back. Broke off your back.
So remember, Sunday, May 22nd inside Bucci's Palapa. It's all about Sugar City exclusive. The following Monday is a holiday, so you know that one, yeah? Sponsors for Sugar City exclusive are Eleanor Liquors, Bellican, and promotional printed by Angela's Press.
Church of Christ Primary School in Corozal is a growing institution with a total of 200 students. Today, the institution held their annual open day where students showcase what they've learned in the subjects of mathematics and culture.
This year we are doing this open day. We have done it by division. The middle division, Standard 4, Standard 3, and Standard 2, we're in charge of math. In Standard 4, we have the math games, interesting math games. Then we have the lower divisions, and then we have the upper division in charge of culture. This gave an opportunity for the parents to come and witness what their children have done, and also the parents can come and expand their knowledge in the different cultures. We have seen a lot of input. The children were excited doing their charts. Parents were excited doing different dishes so that they can contribute for this open day to be a successful one.
The open day was attended by prospective students who took the opportunity to find out more about the institution.
My game is about picking a number. Then you have to multiply and add. And the result you'll get, you will be amazed. I'll guess your age and the number that you pick.
Do you like mathematics?
Yes.
Why?
Mathematics is a universal language and it's very also fun. And you can make a lot of games of it.
If there's any advice you will give the young children, what would it be?
I will tell them to study hard, study math every day because math is more than 1 + 1. It's very fun and can be helpful.
Tell me a little bit about what you have here on display, the rice, the egg, the vegetable food, the fan, etc.
Well, what we have here is just a little thing to show someone, and things like the rice that for the Chinese that when they get sick, you show them it, like that. The chopstick is where they use to eat, and the black tea, well, they believe it gives them strength, and like that. Chinese believe in a lot of things. They believe things give them a lot of strength, what they have.
Mestizos are a mixture of Spanish and Yucatec. The Mestizo religion is Mestizo have retained the influence of Roman Catholic missionaries and priests who first arrived from Spain in the 1500s and baptized millions of Indians in Mexico and Central America. The Mestizo clothing. The women wear modern Western type clothes today, but in the past they dressed in epaulettes, fanciful hats, roses in their hair, and expensive jewelry. The men dressed in modern clothes, favoring Yucatecan guayabera as a formal shirt.
The Church of Christ Primary School has not only grown in student population since they first opened their doors 25 years ago. The institution has also advanced in technology and sports.
Okay, the school was founded in 1991, and in September the school will complete 25 years of existence. When I started to teach at this school, we only had 49 students, and today we can boast that we have 214 students. Gradually we have expanded. We have a preschool that is growing. We have 24 students. We have a preschool. We have free internet. We have 20 laptops that we use for our computer class. We have a volunteer from JICA, Ms. Kay. She gives computer classes from Standard 3 to Standard 6. We have the medical group coming and give free medical attention to all the Hasdale community. And we have also our sports camp, remedial sports camp, where we not only involve children from Church of Christ, but from other schools. They are welcome for that. We also have in July our vacation Bible school. So we don't only not think about Church of Christ students, but we think about the community.
The public is reminded that registration for the school will commence on June 1st. The Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sports has created a new series of phonics books for lower primary school called My B to Z Phonics. Today, during the official ceremony to launch the new series, Chief Education Officer Dr. Carol Babb highlighted the importance of literacy in the education of children, stating that it is as much a responsibility to be literate as any other skill.
Literacy is the ability to use language to read and write. While listening and speaking develop naturally, reading and writing must be learned. Have you ever thought what your life would be like if you were not able to read or write? Take a minute and reflect on it. Isn't that a frightening moment that you just experienced? It's a frightening one for me. It is frightening because none of us would be in this room if we could not read or write. CEO, you would not be here. We would have some other CEO. We would all be scrambling for menial jobs. Maybe we'll be lucky to get a cleaning job. And nothing is wrong with a cleaning job, by the way. And many of us will be jobless. It is easy to forget what a crippling disability it is to be illiterate because we have not experienced it. But I'm hoping that when you reflected a few minutes ago, you will take literacy as something seriously and something that you are blessed to have because there are many others out there who cannot read and write.
According to facilitators in the Ministry of Education, the aim of the launch is to campaign for greater literacy among children in society. The launch of Book 2 for Infant Division is expected to take place later this year, while Book 1 for higher level primary schools should be out in time for the next school year. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, May 20th here on Ctv3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.